The most complete NBA champions, not consider a super team, every one of the players buying in. Anybody in the starting five could be the best player on any given night, with the ultimate goal of hoisting the Larry O'Brien trophy, soap up all the basketball glory, celebrate greatness. A unique accomplishment, playing basketball the right way. Unlike most champions in the modern era, powered by a single superstar, many title teams didn't have more than two possible options for a star winning Finals MVP. But the history of the NBA will always remember some of the most unique, well-balanced, unselfish group of individuals with different skill sets adapting to one another, on the same page at all times, everybody always doing a bit of everything necessary to be the last team on top, playing the game in the most authentic way, making Dr. James Naismith smile in heaven of the life-changing sport he founded back in 1891. These NBA teams might be forgotten by some, but not NBA historians like myself, starting with the 1970 New York Knicks. Under legendary head coach Red Holzman, his philosophies passed down through many generations, plugging in the right pieces after replacing Dick McGuire, team's best player, gritty tough big man Wallace Reed, with the young pesky, defensive stylish Walt Frazier, Kassir Russell, and the super intelligent Oxford graduate Bill Bradley. The season before, traded center Walt Bellamy for defensive power forward Dave DeBusschere, an impeccable defensive energy guy who gave max effort every night. Holzman emphasized discipline, defense, and teamwork, believing every teammate played together as one, always finding the open man and teaching players to think for themselves. With Captain Reed leading the franchise, winning league MVP, 60-win title year, including an 18-game win streak at one point. After losing to the '69 Celtics, the players all gathered up after the loss, truly believed they had what it took to win it the following year. Not the most talented title team, also no top 25 player all time, but these Knickerbockers, absolutely one of the most disciplined teams in all of professional sports, overcame tremendous adversity. Reed's magnificent Game 1 over the Lakers, posted 37 and 16, while Frazier acquired 6 points, Wallace a 29 and 15 Game 2 stat line, followed by an incredible 38 and 17 Game 3, while DeBusschere posted 21 and 15, drained the clutch jumper before the insane Jerry West heave sent it to OT. The Knicks never lost their composure, ended up winning the game 111-108 on the road despite all the madness. Frazier with 19, 11, and 7, Dick Barnett had 18, Wallace without a doubt the Finals MVP leader after 4 games, but suffered a brutal torn thigh muscle Game 5, played just 8 minutes, fans devastated in disbelief against a powerhouse big three of Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, and Wilt Chamberlain. The Knicks never lost focus. Clyde Frazier, believing in destiny, had 21 points, 12 assists, Barnett and Bradley 16, Kassir Russell 20 points. A miraculous 107-100 Game 5 win, while Game 6, Chamberlain dominated with 45. The final game, everybody uncertain about Wallace's status. Right before game time, the courageous Reed entered the tunnel. Garden crowd erupted, Lakers all stopped their warm-ups in disbelief, completely changing the momentum of the energy. Frazier with an absolute masterful 36 points, 19 assists, 12 of 17 from the field, about 4 steals before the stats counted, shining brightest in the biggest stage, having a 27-point lead at halftime. Many believe Clyde Frazier should have been Finals MVP, but his overall numbers of under 18, 8, and 11 due to a slow start. Wallace's first 4 games averaged 32 and 15, while DeBusschere 19 and 13 stat line solid. His most important performance guarding Wilt, who had about 7 inches on him after Wallace went down. His instinct, hustle, energy, and footwork top notch, posted 18 points, 17 rebounds the 7th game, held the almighty Chamberlain to 22 points. Barnett guarded West a good chunk of the time, helped Mr. Clutch to 45% shooting. The 33-year-old, one of the most underappreciated Knicks, an all-around complete team effort. On to the 1973 team. After Reed's injuries in 71 and an all-time Lakers squad finally winning in 72, the 57-win squad had an incredible backcourt of Walt Frazier and Earl Monroe alongside DeBusschere, Bill Bradley, and older Jerry Lucas, and the declining Reed won 57 games. Frazier, at the time clearly the team's best player, put up 25, 10, and 7 Game 7 conference finals win on the road at Boston Garden, being the first team to do so so in Boston, knocking off the 68-win Celtics near impossible at the time. New York's maturity and discipline overcame all sorts of challenges. One of the most balanced starting five any championship played in the finals. Future U.S. Senator Bill Bradley led the Knicks in scoring for the series at 18.6 points. Clyde Frazier near 17, 7 and 5. Reed over 16 and 9. Monroe put up 16 points, 54% shooting, and the Busher near 16 and 12. Absolute insane balance. Phil Jackson, the sixth man, 8 and 6 for the Zen Master, while Jerry Lucas also responsible for guarding Wilt. Him and Bradley, super high IQs, even invented their own language and communicate on the court. Nobody else understood their conversations. Bradley led the way with 26 points game 2, while Reed a game high 22 in game 3, Monroe 21. New York's bigs held Wilt to 5 points on 3 shot attempts. The fourth game, a DeBusschere masterclass, 33 and 14 stat line. Game 5 clincher, Dave only had 2 points but 8 rebounds. 4 of the 5 Knicks starters netted between 18 to 23 points. The elegant ball movement, every one of the 5 main players deserved the piece of the finals MVP. No 100% right answer. Wallace won the award for the second time, a tribute to enduring determination for Monroe and Lucas to buy in immediately, adopting to new team's philosophy. These Knicks end up having some of the most successful guys post-playing career, arguably the smartest and most unique group of guys from a team-oriented standpoint, and the NBA team many trust to build a Fortune 500 company with the intelligent minds and success many of the players had after their playing days. 1976 Boston Celtics post-Bill Russell era. John Havlicek, already proven to win Finals MVP in '74, was 35 years old entering the playoffs. Regressed a bit with many mileage and finals runs. The 7-time champion continued his relentless energy with 27-year-old Dave Cowens, averages of 19 and 16. Point guard JoJo White, 19 points a game, and new addition Charlie Scott in the backcourt, coming off 3 straight All-Star appearances with Phoenix, traded for Paul Westphal, and the relentless hard-working Paul Silas averaged 11 and 13 with Don Nelson in his last season off the bench under head coach Tommy Heinsohn. Team used his speed as a weapon, known for making their opponents tired out. Despite Cowens only 6'9", his heart and will to win second to none, battle all the strong 7-footers down low. Havlicek had a foot injury, missed 3 games round 1 versus Buffalo. Cowens and JoJo White led the way, both averaged around 24 points. Houndo can barely move, played 32 minutes game 6, dished out 6 assists, 31 points for Charlie Scott, put on the finishing touches. The second round, JoJo and Dave Cowens took charge, 29 points for White and 18 boards for Dave the Rave, closed out game 6. Charlie Scott a clutch steal while up 1 with under 2 minutes left, knocked off the Cavs, followed by a memorable finals matchup against the 42-win Phoenix Suns, who upsetted Rick Barry's Warriors. Series tied 2-2, the incredible triple overtime Game 5 happened. Many recalled the best game of the century, June 4th. No team wanted to lose. JoJo White played a whopping 60 minutes, 33 points, sat near the end of the game, left every ounce of his energy on the line. Cowens 26 and 19, Silas 17 and 14. After a 20-point halftime lead, the fearless Suns came all the way back. Cowens fouled out. The second overtime, Suns up 1, final seconds, Havlicek, known for his clutchness, banked in the supposed game winner, only for Phoenix to use a timeout with a second left, which they didn't have. Technical foul shot for Boston, Garfield Hurd's jumper tied things up. Both teams refused to lose. Houndo played 58 minutes, a near triple-double, escaped to a 128-126 win. Game 6, led by Cowens 21 and 17, Charlie Scott had 25, Havlicek, Cowens, and White 3 All-Stars, and Scott fouling out 5 of the 6 games. JoJo White earned Finals MVP. In the super well-balanced parity era, award could have went to Cowens or even Havlicek if there wasn't any time left after the shot in Game 5. 1982 Los Angeles Lakers. After Pat Riley took over for Paul Westhead, Magic Johnson finally ran the show at the point, from being blamed a coach killer and threatening to demand out. After a disappointing early exit in 81, Magic was becoming one of the game's best players, neck and neck with 34-year-old Kareem, who averaged 24 and 9. Jamal Wilkes put up 21. Norm Nixon shared backcourt duties with Magic, but Johnson, underratedly nearly averaged a triple-double for the season. With new addition Bob MacLeod fit right in. These 82 Lakers might not be the most talented, but insanely versatile at every position. Michael Cooper came off the bench. Kurt Rambis played a bigger role after Mitch Kupchak went down with injury. Every night, there was someone different standing out. LA easily swept through the West. First round series Phoenix Suns. Jamal Wilkes, an excellent average of 24.3 points, 65% from the field, would have been series MVP, while Magic posted a 20-point triple-double. In the San Antonio series, heavy offensive pace, Nixon averaged 26.3 points, 8 dimes, while Kareem put up 24 and 10, MacLeod averaged 20. The Sixers would knock off Boston in 7, giving us a repeat of the 1980 finals. The bigs of Caldwell Jones and Darryl Dawkins, not good enough for Kareem. LA capped off a jaw-dropping 40-9 run Game 1, coming back winning 124-117. Magic ended up winning Finals MVP. Nixon led the way with 29 points Game 3, while Magic and Wilkes each with 24 the fourth game. Back at home for Game 6, Johnson a 13-13-13 stat line, Wilkes finished with 27, Jabbar 18, Nixon, MacLeod, and Cooper each with 16, capitalizing the most balanced offensive team of the 80s. 5 different Lakers averaged at least 16 points a game, not one above 20. Magic's all-around stats stood out most, despite being the 5th leading scorer in the series. Everybody from Wilkes, Kareem, Nixon, and even MacLeod and Magic all had a case for winning Finals MVP. Every time Kareem got to his sweet spots with the signature skyhook, literally unstoppable. From turmoil to start the year, the team's run and gun style of play made the Lakers the hottest show in all of Hollywood. 2004 Detroit Pistons. Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, two of the most clutch backcourt duels of their time, both near 90% from the line. The suffocating defense of the two Wallace's brothers. The champion Pistons still remain the best defensive team of the century, a legendary, one-of-a-kind team with no top 75 players. Ben Wallace, the lone all-star that year. The 4 main guys finally got recognized in 2006. All helped the East come back in the All-Star game. Under head coach Larry Brown, a complete defensive juggernaut. Everybody had different skill sets, complementing each other with very little flaws. After getting swept by New Jersey the previous season, adding Rasheed Wallace from the Atlanta Hawks changed everything overnight. The best defensive front court, with the Lenke, Tayshaun Prince, backcourts Rip and Chauncey, was like one person and 5 bodies out there, all completely in sync every possession. No true go-to guy down the stretch, 0 egos amongst everybody, while the 61-win Indiana Pacers, the best overall record. Tayshaun, one of the craziest defensive chase-down blocks all time, tying the series up, preventing Indy any chance of going up 2-0, held the number 1 seed to under 73 points a game for the series. Everybody in the starting 5, a unique NBA journey, all counted out, laughed at, painted a bad image to start their careers. Chauncey Billups, former third pick, viewed a bust early on, traded halfway through his rookie season. 6 teams played in 7 seasons, labeled a journeyman before becoming one of the greatest leaders the league has seen. Rip Hamilton, traded from the Wizards. MJ told him he wasn't good enough to wear his shoes. Rasheed Wallace, the face of the bad image Jailblazers. Ben Wallace, undrafted, a throw-in piece for the Grant Hill trade, and Tayshaun Prince barely played his rookie year until being a last-minute desperation. Locked down Orlando's Tracy McGrady, helped Detroit come back from a 3-1 deficit the previous year. Perhaps the biggest anomaly title team all time. No player averaged above 18 points in the regular season. Nobody put up over 6 assists. Allowed just 84 points. Chauncey, the one to generate the offense. Hamilton's non-stop moving without the ball, a master at the mid-range jumper. Prince, the star stopper. Sheed, the versatile bully. And Big Ben, the rim protector. Ultimately, Billups won Finals MVP on a super efficient 51-47-93 shooting splits, torch old Gary Payton, while Hamilton put up 21 points, would have been the Eastern Conference Series MVP. Sheed 13-8 changed the momentum of the series Game 4, a masterful 26-13, 16 of them points second half after getting into a skyfall with Slafa Medvedinko. Of course, Big Ben, the energetic face of the team, did an excellent job pushing Shaq out his comfort zone, and Tayshaun disrupted Kobe, forcing him to have one of his all-time worst series. These 04 Pistons were of the most perfect teams, no weak spots, that maximize winning at the highest level. Without all-time talent, we might never see another championship like this again in our lifetime. 2014 San Antonio Spurs. From a slow, grinded, boring defensive style in the 2000s to completely adapting for the better good, everybody super unselfish. Tim Duncan still all-star caliber, but already took a step back, dating back to the late 2000s, allowing Parker and Manu to flourish offensively. Only Parker made an All-NBA team. From overcoming massive heartbreak from the 2013 finals, given the age and mileage from the Big Three, nobody thought this team could bounce back looking better. Flawlessly won 62 games, nobody averaged above 17 points. Parker, alongside 3&D Danny Green, 22-year-old Kawhi, Timmy, and Thiago Splitter, with Boris Diaw off the bench, the sharpshooting of Patty Mills and Marco Bellinelli, no team could out-execute these Spurs. Godly ball movement, unselfish culture will always be viewed as one of the most respected NBA champions. A top-notch redemption story made Miami look like a bottom-shelf team despite having the league's best player. From young Kawhi guarding LeBron to four great passers and creators in TP, Manu, Timmy, and Boris all at the same time, series was a wrap after Boris inserted to the starting lineup. Coach Pop arguably solidified himself the greatest head coach in NBA history. With the genius style of play, Tim Duncan winning a title 15 years apart. Some even put him in the top 5 conversation. Absolutely surgical, methodical, brilliant, creative, basketball heaven at its purest form, a relentless pursuit of excellence. Team never took their foot off the gas. Whether many believed Duncan, Parker, or Kawhi was the best player, it truly didn't matter. Knocking off the two-time defending champs, if the finals was played 5 different times, the outcome likely 5 different finals MVPs. Whether it's Kawhi, Tony, Manu, Timmy, even Danny Green or Boris Diaw would have gotten some considerations due to their intangibles, multi-dimensional in every aspect of the game, no matter what era. 5 different guys having the ability to step up. 2014 San Antonio Spurs, a one-of-a-kind team. 2024 Boston Celtics. It's disrespectful to not fully celebrate the NBA champs and immediately question whether the finals MVP was deserving. Boston under Brad Stevens and Joe Mazzulla worked their magic, adding complementary, winning DNA players after years of late playoff exits, finally got over the hump in dominating fashion. Super elite defensively, these Celtics made the media question whether Dallas getting to the finals was worth it. Having one top 10 player, a top 15 guy, and 3 others in the top 50, without Horford, a less talented version of old Tim Duncan, but always super high IQ. Even with the stars of JT and JB having off nights, Boston can still win comfortably. Game 1 was the Kristaps Porzingis show. After checking in off the bench, became the best player on the court for half a quarter stretch, blew the game wide open. His first game back from injury in 7 weeks. Boston having that type of luxury, simply not fair. A masterful front office job. While it was Drew Holiday, Game 2 masterclass, 26 points, 11 rebounds, 11 of 14 shooting, the most consistent Celtic to make the right play, from the offensive rebounds to the kickouts, always a threat on the court at all times, already proven to be an incredible third option on Milwaukee, and some nights even viewed the 5th option, the type of player who will benefit every team no matter the system, doing all the little things, changing the setting of the locker room. As long as the 2-star scorers average just around 20 points, it's a guaranteed title. Derek White, similar qualities, a master at making good decisions, from dagger threes to chase down blocks, a fan favorite, the most complete team this decade thus far. If Porzingis was 100% healthy, he's even good enough to win finals MVP, having 5 guys truly capable, a potential dynasty in the making. While the 2015 Warriors an honorable mention, given Iggy won the award, outside of Steph, Draymond, and Clay, all were more than capable of being a series MVP, considering how much Thompson used to go off from 3 and Draymond's dominance Game 7 of the 2016 finals. He would have won finals MVP that series if Golden State didn't blow that lead. Those Warriors pre-Durant era, very similar to many of these balanced title teams. Which one of the championships on this list the most balanced team all time? Is it the 70 or 73 Knicks, 76 Celtics, 82 Lakers, 04 Pistons, 2014 Spurs, or Celtics? Leave your thoughts on the comments below. Subscribe for more incredible content. See y'all next time.